and this is kind of just what I've been doing lately. There are a million ways to record acoustic guitar. This is not always what I do. That's my disclaimer. Hi, Evan. So we have Evan here. My shadow's on your face. How you doing?
Doing well.
We got Julian here.
Yeah.
He's just chilling.
Yeah. Not recommended to have your dog in the vocal booth.
Yeah. We had to remove him because he got a little rowdy.
Yeah. He was fine for the first 2 days.
Yeah, he was good. Chaos ensued.
And mostly by chaos, I mean he just was like, I'm ready to leave.
Yeah. He was like, I want to be elsewhere. He looks comfy
so
now.
Small that he can just like fit.
He's just chilling. He's tiny.
Just make him a bed out of the acoustic treatment.
Mm-hmm. He'd probably be happy.
Anyway.
Cool. So
you brought the people here.
Yeah, I've brought the camera over because I figured to save myself some time here this week and not have to make a whole other YouTube video. We're recording acoustic guitar today. I just wanted to talk about the mic setup that I've kind of been enjoying doing lately. So we have her guitar here. What I like to do is this is kind of like a mono mic setup, but it's like dual mono. So I'm not doing a stereo configuration of any kind with these, but what I do is I tend to pick, and this is kind of just what I've been doing lately. There are a million ways to record acoustic guitar. This is not always what I do. That's my disclaimer. But basically what I like to do is I like to pick a condenser microphone or some kind of microphone that has more high end. And so that's what I've done with this one. This is the Aston Spirit microphone. I really like this microphone. I use it a lot for, there's like shadow all over it. But I use it a lot for vocals. So it has a nice like high end shimmer to it. It also has some body to it. And it's a condenser microphone. And then what I like to do is also pair it with another microphone that's kind of lacking in the high end, but maybe better in the low end, like a ribbon microphone. So a lot of times what I'll do is I like doing like the M160, for example, if I want the guitar to sound a little crunchier, because the M160 is a ribbon that has more high end than most ribbons. So I'll do that one a lot. This combo, we're just kind of trying out today, and I kind of like it. But the basic idea for doing two, is because what I like to do is basically use the two microphones as an EQ. So later, if I want to change the balance, if I want it to be more high end and more shimmery, I can bring up the Spirit. If I want it to be more boomy, more low end, more powerful, I could bring up the ribbon, the Coles 4038. So that's kind of the idea behind it. And because I'm using them to kind of EQ each other, I'm not necessarily setting them up in a standard stereo setup or anything like that. It's just kind of two mics in mono. And then I might add effects to make them kind of stereo-y. Yeah, later. So that's the idea. And then for placement, what I do when I do this kind of a setup is I kind of just try to point them towards like the 12 to the, 14 frets? Mm-hmm. I always forget the numbers, but I basically point.
Capo 7, so it's a little.
Yeah, you have the capo on here. But I'll kind of point towards the end of the fretboard here, or the beginning, depending on your perspective, right? But it's the end for you, right? For guitarists. So.
This is the top of my, I guess it's high up on the neck.
Mm-hmm.
This is low. I don't know.
Yeah.
Guitar's weird.
And then what I'll do, I think I might have. Let's see. It looks like closer than it was a minute ago. But it might be how we're sitting. Yeah. So what I'll do. Yeah, this is kind of closer than how we had it.
Like how I was playing.
Okay. So what I'll go for is like 6 to 12 inches away kind of to start with, and then we'll adjust based on how we want it. So if we're pointing towards here, if we want more high end and more neck, I'll move it this way, the angle. And then if we want more low end, more boominess, more power, we'll move it towards the body of the guitar. And that's pretty common. People talk about that a lot. The other thing, let's see, I don't know why I was going back here to see the angle, but I'll kind of like get my face right here and listen, and then I'll like put my ear right here and kind of, I'll just mess with it a little bit. But I usually put my head right down here, and then I'll also like use that to get a visual on the angle that the microphone's going. But I had one other thought that I was going to say. Oh, and then the other thing is distance. So this is kind of close. I did move them back a little bit at some point, but if I wanted to hear less low end, less power, less boom, or whatever you want to call it, I'll move the microphones away from the guitar a little bit. And then if I want to hear more of that, I will move them closer. And that's kind of because of the proximity effect, because low end kind of goes out in all directions. So some of the power dissipates as you go farther away, whereas high frequencies tend to be more directional. And that's kind of it. I think those are all my thoughts about this today. What do you think?
I think it sounds good. And this also works well because the stuff that we're working on right now is like all finger picking
Mm-hmm.
and strumming, so
Yeah.
that probably works well to be closer up too, since I'm not doing as forceful,
Mm-hmm.
loud
Yeah.
sound.
Yeah. And I know this song we've worked on before for fun. And
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably get some screen cap of the recording and put it on with
Yeah.
this video. But people might recognize it from a previous video where we did that. Remember the skateboard thing that we did?
Yeah, we did
Yeah.
like the weird sound design stuff, which maybe we'll do some of that stuff on this, but
Yeah, we don't have to. This is like we're doing an acoustic recording of it.
yeah.
But we
Kato
can
and I
be
love
weird
to do
if you want to be weird.
stuff. This is why we get along. We love to be weird together.
Yeah. So, yeah, so people might recognize the song. But basically, I thought about the type of song, too, when I was picking, especially this microphone. Because, like, some guitar stuff, you kind of want more of the crunch and more of, like, that high-end power.
Right.
And if that was the case with this song's a little more muted and mellow. So because of, yeah. So, yeah, because it's, like, that mellow, chill vibe, I kind of figured instead of doing the M160, which would bring a little more crunch into it, I would try this one out. And it's fun.
Yeah.
Got some in my throat. Cool. So I think that's it for the video. So we'll put links for your stuff in the description, as usual.
Streams at the break.
Streams at the break. Yeah. All right. Thanks. Bye, guys. Here's Julian to say bye. Say bye, Julian. Bye. So here's the session. I'm just going to do a really quick screen cap here. I'm actually talking into my talkback mic, so if it sounds bad, I'm really sorry. It's not my usual SM7, but you can see here I have the two microphones that we talked about. So here's the Spirit, here's the Coles 4038, and then what we did is we recorded some vocals with the M160 and my Warm Audio 67, so the WA67. And I haven't done a ton of editing or anything. You can see these are all just a single take. So, grain of salt, this is a work in progress, but I have done a little bit to it. So I have some compression on the vocals, some reverb on both instruments, some EQing, some multiband compression, some regular compression, really basic EQing, nothing really extreme. This one here on the master fader is just to look at levels. I haven't done anything with it yet. And then I have it running through my Neve compressor, and I have some basic mastering stuff on it just to make it a little more present and a little more fun. I might bypass this when I actually work on the mix, but I wanted you to hear the recording as it is. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to close this out, and I'm just going to play it once through for you to hear what that sounded like. I hope you like it.
My house is haunted, so I'm happier than most. Spent a year inside my bedroom, never had to be alone, cutting holes in cotton sheets. When I wear them, then I'll sleep. My ghost, he has no shadow, so I stand in double light, making pictures with my hands to keep us both awake at night. I know it's hard to believe talk about the weather, he never lies to me. I am terrified of dying. I'm not scared of being dead. The window's always open, I float through it in my head. My house is haunted, so I'm luckier than most. Spent a year inside my bedroom, never had to be alone. Cutting holes in curtain sheets. When I wear them, then I'll sleep. Then I'll sleep.
So that's it. I hope you liked it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'd appreciate all of that stuff. And I do have that Patreon. So it's patreon.com/CatoNoise. And my patrons get access to additional content, like the Discord server we're all hanging out on, or we have a book club on the Discord server. That's been a lot of fun. So check that out if you feel so inclined. And other than that, I come out with new videos every Wednesday. And thanks so much for hanging out this week. Okay.